Yo, welcome to the man cave. Drown they legends. WNBA news. We about to ring the bell. Leef, Diggy, Coach Edd, we got the scoop. On and off the court, watch the power move. Yeah. From the hardwood glory to the locker room chats. We cover it all, ain't no need for no stats. Whoa. Sipping on knowledge, pouring out the truth. Supporting the queens who brings the fire, that's the proof. So sit back, turn it up, let the stories unfold. Yeah, WNBA, we bring the heat, the future's bold. In the man cave where the legends collide. Leef, Diggy, and Coach Edd got that East Coast pride. What? WNBA vibes, we breaking it down. From the game to the grind, let's wear that crown. Yeah. Stay tuned in, we keeping it real. The stories of strength and the heart that you feel. Hey. Dishing out knowledge like assists we aim. Whoa. In the man cave where we elevating the game. Okay. So grab your seat, let the action ignite. Yeah, WNBA, we bring it to light. Keep it tight.
Salute, 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 salute. Peace and blessings, everyone. Thank you for you all being here, for rocking with us another episode of here where we're talking the WNBA Talk. Me and the man cave right now. Our brother Leef will be here shortly, so got a lot to talk about, man. Really excited for today's episode. So appreciate everyone for being here as always. Before we get into it, y'all know the routine. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Sub up if you haven't already done so for Cave, Leef, myself, the Hardcore Sports Network, the Aboriginal Sports Network. Got all that information in the description. Hey, man, it's free. You know, so you know that saying, if it's free, it's from me. So, ready to get into everything. But before we do, Cave, how you feeling, my brother?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. You know, it's a ladies' turn, man. Ladies' season is on full tilt now, you know. So, hey, man, it's a good thing, man. A lot of things are going down in the WNBA, man. Record-breaking rookies, things like that, man. So, it's a great time for the league, man. You know what I'm saying? Surprises like teams that's, you know, teams in the top, teams at the bottom. So, a lot of stuff, you know, surprises, but we'll unpack that.
All right. So, again, appreciate everyone. Like I said, hit that like button. No matter what, helps us out, get this out there into the algorithm. So now, as we dive into it, just let everyone know we got to change the name. You know, for some reason, someone else hit up the hardcore, said they got the name, so we got to take it down. So that's what we did. So got 5 names that we want to introduce, and you know, we need y'all help. So now I did put a little poll in there. It gives us only 4, but again, you know, we do have 5 in there. Ooh, let me see something. Hold on a second. Let me take this off for a second. Yeah, I got to take the comments out so we can all see them fully. So, but here it is, the new name for the talk show. You are part of this family, so help us out. But we got number 1, Beyond the Arc, WNBA edition. Number 2, Diamonds of the Court. Number 3, Coast to Coast, WNBA. Number 4, WNBA Courts in Session. And number 5, WNBA Lace 'em Up. So help us out. Tell us which you like. Now, if you're hitting the poll, if it is number 5, just put 5 in the chat. You know, we'll go ahead and tap in and make the final decision, you know, once we tab up all the votes. So appreciate everyone for being here. So, but let's get into it and start talking about the ladies. All right, so we're going to start out with Cave's part to the hold on a second. Hey, what's up, my brother? What's going on, Leef, man?
Good, bro.
What's going on? I told people yesterday exactly what it was. You could blame it on whoever you want to blame it on. You could say whoever you want to say it is, but I know the NBA. I'm gonna just keep it like that.
We're gonna focus on the ladies. Let's not even talk about the NBA today. Let's focus on the ladies. Let's keep it on the ladies. Now let's keep it here, okay? All right, let's keep right here.
Let's do that.
All right, we we're gonna start right now. Cave, you got your segment, so go ahead and introduce it, man.
Yeah, man. Man Cave segment. Who deserves the most credit for the Minnesota Lynx outstanding start to the season? So I'm gonna let Leef go first, and then Coach go.
I think it's right now the clear cut rookie of the year, and that's Olivia Miles. Averaging 16, 5 and 6, and being like an immediate plug for everybody on that team. When you think about the Courtney Williams, when you think about the Kayla McBrides, their job is basically easier now, because now you're able to run that 3-guard mix and that 3-guard lineup, and it's running to such an efficient pace. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, if she's not comparable to Kyrie Irving, I think she might be the Mark Jackson of the WNBA right now. Mm-hmm. And that's some high praise, and y'all two know very, very well about Mark Jackson, man. Just very pace-based type of point guard, always pass first, always looking for the other guy. But I think her ability to stretch the floor and to score and take advantage of one-on-ones, and defensively they've been a lot better. I think Minnesota owes a lot of her credit to her, because I honestly thought they needed Nafisa to get to this point, but at this point now, I think they look like they cool. They look like they like, hey, Nafisa, you can chill, we got it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to speak too far, because it is early in the season. But right now, they red hot, man. And I think they owe a lot of that to Olivia Miles, man, who is probably most likely going to be the rookie of the year. What you think, Coach?
Good point. Good point in terms of Olivia Miles, because she is doing her thing. But y'all know me. I'm biased. I'm going to talk about the coach. Coach Reeves always is in her bag year in and year out. It doesn't matter who is out there. I mean, because think about it. When Minnesota, before Nafisa came on the scene and really blew up, that was it 3 years ago. We were like, okay, but Coach Reeves did her thing, and she coaches up her players, and she sees what they are, and she puts them in the right position so they can be successful. So for me, it's about Coach Reeves, man. She year in and year, she is the best coach. She is the best coach in the WNBA, hands down. I know some people will talk about what you call it out in Vegas, and respect to her. Becky, former Liberty, but it's I mean, it's Cheryl Reeves. It's Coach Reeves, man. Go ahead, Cade. Go ahead. You got it, man.
Oh, man, y'all make some great, interesting points, man. Both of them is real great. It got to be Olivia Miles, though. Like I said, the odds-on favorite for the rookie of the year. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to go a step further. Natasha Howard, man. The play of Natasha Howard, 17 points a game, 7 rebounds a game. Olivia Miles, 17 points a game, 6 point something assists a game. But that's the big combo right there, the 1-2 combo. And then when Nafisa gets back here, they got a 3-headed monster and some more, you know what I'm saying? So what they're doing right now is crazy. Like I said, when Nafisa comes back, it's like they're going to take it to another level and stuff like that. So expect to see them, stay atop, like I said, in the top 2, top 3 in conversation and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, it's got to be it's Olivia Miles, but like I said, Natasha Howard is a close second, like 1A, 1B, and something like that, because either one of them, their record is not that. And with Olivia Miles, like I said, she has steadied the ship and directed the ship, and of course, and Cheryl Reeves, like I said. So basically, they got a 3-headed monster right now with the coach, the 2 players, and then when they get Fisa back, they're going to be that much unstoppable and stuff like that. So it's going to be it's Olivia Miles really number 1, and Natasha Howard is a close second right there. So that's how I'll list them.
Let me ask a question. Did Georgia Juhas come back? I don't think she's come back as yet. She's still overseas, right?
Now let me see. I don't think she's
so. Yeah,
I think she's overseas, because that's another player who's going to help them. With her size and her rebounding and her defense. So Yeah. What's up, Daniel Barry? Appreciate you, man. As always, man. Great supporter as always, man. Thank you for tapping in. Happy Tuesday to you and yours. So, all right, man. There you go. That's a great points there by everyone. So, but go ahead, Cave. You got the next one.
All right. She still ain't back yet. I was just looking at Dorothy.
No problem.
All right. The second segment. Are the Dallas Wings finally becoming the team that many expected them to be right now? So, Coach, I will start with you.
It's hard not to say that they aren't. I mean, look, as Liberty fans, we saw firsthand who they are. I mean, Paige Beckers, right off the bat, what can you say about her leadership and the way she plays and that team, the way they play around her? They're there. I mean, and don't forget about Arika. I mean, it's like, when you look at that team, it's like, okay, the Dallas Wings are legitimate. They are legitimate for the most part. Now, I know, because I've seen and I've heard a couple people in different spaces and chats, say that they want to see a little bit more and they want to wait. And I understand that, when you play against the top teams on a consistent basis. But I'm right there. They're becoming, because it's like, are they finally becoming the team that was expected? Yes, they are. Go ahead, Leef, you got it.
I'll have to second that for the moment. I definitely think they off to quite a start. Shepard is a machine. I've seen her put up a 20-20-10 game against arguably the greatest player in the history of the WNBA, and Asia Wilson. I said that game looked like a movie. I swear, I don't think I believe what I saw. That I thought the Aces had that game in the bag, and they came back with Shepard, and I'm not to mention the number 1 overall pick, and Ozzie Fudd, who's finally found her rhythm in the offense. She's averaging well over 12 points a game, and over 50% from the field, over 40% from three. I mean, if this team is starting to find its stride offensively for sure. I think with the mixture of Shepard being basically the joker of the team, the Nikola Jokic of the team, and Paige Beckers being that calm, collected, and being the Luka of the team. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. They off to a hell of a start, man. They got a game tonight against I think they play against Golden State, if I'm not mistaken. But
no, Dallas in Minnesota.
They play the Lynx. That's going to be a good game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they play the Lynx. That ought to be a dandy. That ought to be a dandy right there, man. That's going to be a good test for them. But I think Dallas is ahead of schedule. Paige is steering the ship. It's basically her timeline, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how they go on through the rest of the season. But as of right now, they're off to a tremendous start, man. Paige with Ozzie, with Enrique, and with Shepard, man, you got yourself some building blocks for the future. And if they could build around that, I think they could become better and better as the weeks go on.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, I think, but before the season started, we all picked Dallas to be one of the surprise teams this year and stuff like that, because we said they had a lot of talent, especially in the backcourt. Their backcourt is very, very talented with Paige Becker, Ozzie Fudd, Arika. Everybody knows Arika, and they got Isaiah James, and then the front court, like I said, Maddie Secrets is a player that don't get a lot of love sometimes, but she's one of their players who can hit the three, step out. But Jessica Shepard, like Leef said, man, she's been playing some outstanding basketball, man. Because you remember about a week or 2 weeks ago, like early in the season, they had got off to a little slow start. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, go Dallas again. But then it looked like they righted the ship now. Ozzie Fudd, now she's playing a lot more now. Like Leef said, she's getting comfortable. And that's going to only make them that much better and that much more potent, man. So, hey, look out for the Dallas Wings and stuff like that. But like I said, they finally are turning it. Like I said, I know some people say you want to see them a little bit more because, time the playoff come, are they going to fizzle? like I said, if they're healthy, they should be there. But if injuries start piling up, that that's what happens. That's a part of the game. But if they can stay healthy, I think they got a legit shot. And like I said, their backcourt is what's going to keep them around the top all year long, because that backcourt is very explosive. And everybody know Arika she could drop 30 on anybody without and just don't care. You know what I'm saying? So she's a threat. When she's out on the court, she's a threat. From anywhere on the court, she's a threat. So yeah, man. I think I agree with all y'all. I think they are finally becoming the team that we thought they were going to be.
All right. So there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys tap in. Let us know what you think, about, Minnesota and Dallas that we just started the show with. Give us your thoughts on, with Dallas. Are they the team that we thought they were going to be, and who deserves the most credit for the Minnesota Lynx, start right now? So appreciate everyone for contributing. So we're going to move on to the next topic, and Caitlin Clark. You always know there's always going to be talk about Caitlin Clark. But she just hit her first in the WNBA, her first game-winning three-pointer. So let me bring up the article. And here we have, let me move this. All right, so here we have it. You guys can see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is from ESPN. It says, as frustrating as the season has been at times for her in the Indiana Fever, this was, her comfort zone. The shot hit nothing but net. And, she hit the three-pointer with 1.2 seconds remaining to help Indiana win 78-76 over the Mystics yesterday. So, and this is as you said, and gave the 24-year-old star a signature moment following a rookie stretch to the start of her season. So, but Cave, what are your thoughts on her? On this, the three-pointer, hitting the game-winning three-pointer?
I mean, like I said, this is her first in the WNBA like that, because we all seen in college she did that numerous times in her collegiate career and stuff like that. But for the WNBA, it was a big moment for her and stuff like that, because like I said, when you're at the professional level, you want to be known as a closer, a shot maker, in the clutch, especially in the clutch when your team needs you, because guess what? That's what they're going to turn to. It's either going to be you or Aaliyah Boston. But you who handle the ball a lot more, so the ball's going to be in your hands. They want to know if you got that genes, that killer genes. So as you clutch or someone like that is going to do it. Like I said, this is the first step. I know she's only in her second season in the WNBA, second season, so she'll have more opportunities. But hey, this was a great one for her and stuff like that. So, and especially something is good for her compared to the backlash she's been getting for the last week. So this is a positive, for her going forward.
Exactly. So what about you, Leef? What's your thoughts about
it? It was bound to happen in terms of the game winner, but in terms of the game itself, I don't know what the hell the Washington Mystics was doing. I've seen that about the second quarter, Kiki gets hurt. They going on a run. Kiki gets hurt. They get her out, and then they put Miss Lauren Betts in the game. And she played arguably the best 12 minutes off the bench that I've seen probably ever. She's going off. They take her out, and then that's when the game turns into a dogfight again, because now Washington don't have anybody inside anymore. Shakira had a blunder of a game, and she had got into she wasn't playing her best. Then Citron, I don't know what was going on with the defense, because Citron couldn't get any stops. Citron wasn't attacking Caitlin Clark that much, and then they wound up in a dogfight, and this is how the game ends. But realistically, man, I think the Mystics kind of blew that one. I don't know what the coach was thinking when they got Lauren Betts off the floor. I guess he was trying to run matchups or whatever. But it led to Caitlin Clark hitting the game winner, and the rest is history. But it was kind of bound to happen anyway. I mean, she's that type of shooter, at least. I mean, we talked about her improving other parts of her game, but the shooting, that ain't never been a question. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was bound to happen. I just think the Mystics, man, they fumbled the bag. That's just to me, man. I saw that game. I had to watch that game on replay, man. They fumbled that.
Yeah, I'm as far as Caitlin Clark and the game winner, yeah, I'm with you guys. It was bound to happen. You know, from her time in Iowa, you know, being in the Big Ten, you know, I saw her frequently. But to go to year 3 and not have a game winner, and you know the way you know she's billed, you know, I mean, kudos to her to get this, and I'm expecting to see a lot more to come as she, you know, her game, you know, develops and gets refined. So, and look, it also sends a message, you know, look, yeah, she's struggling, but everyone else, don't forget that she'll step back and she'll hit that money shot when it's necessary. So everyone has to respect her shooting. More than anything, you know, you can say whatever you want about everything else, but when it comes to shooting, that girl can shoot. So you definitely have to respect that. So what's up, Carlos? I'm a DC native and all my Mystics. I'm ready for Coach Sidney Johnson to go. Yo, he went crazy the other day, man. He totally went. And look, Princeton boy, so I got respect to him. But yeah, you can question some of his methodology and his tactics, man. Just like Leef was saying with some of the things that he was doing, man. You know, it's you know, it leaves you wondering what he's doing overall. So. But yeah, you know, as far as Caitlin Clark and her game winner, you know, look, man, I'm expecting to see more, you know, and you know, as they go along and they settle in, I expect them because they have too much talent on that team. And you know, Caitlin Clark, we can criticize her for everything. The girl, you know, when she's on, you know, her shooting is what really is where she really is going to cut her teeth for the most part. So, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic, and it's going to be because we started initially, and it's going to talk a little bit about Olivia Miles, where she made history in terms of breaking Caitlin Clark's records. In terms of hitting 8 3-pointers, 8. And she did that Thursday against the Golden Valkyries. So she went 8 for 11 in 3-pointers.
Wow.
Finished with 28 points on 9 of 16 shooting. She had 7 assists and 4 rebounds. But her 3-point game, man, what is your thoughts about her 3-point game? Leef, I'm gonna start with you. Oh, sorry. Let me put it back up to here.
I think I seen that game. It happened against one of the better defenses in the league. They were kind of they really wasn't playing her for the shot. They was kind of playing her for the drive. You saw them step behind the 3-point line a couple of times. But she was just able to get more set shots off because she's kind of a set shooter. Like I see her shot is more of like, all right, just get it at the rim, and they were really just falling, and she got a rhythm going, and she just kept shooting them, and she kept making them. But I was expecting Golden State to make a change defensively. They never made that change, and it just led to that. And you know, but I think she's kind of a rhythm. She seems like a rhythm shooter. I mean, she seems more downhillish, like when I look at more her game. But more of a set shot rhythm shooter type of player. She can get the shot off because it's kind of a quick set shot, man. I knew played against a lot of people that used to play like that. It was like set shot, but you didn't believe in it when they shot it. But when it went in, it was just like, okay, you don't want to give up the drive. You'd rather give up the shot because you don't believe in that actual set release. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, it's more of like a push at the basket, but it was really going in. She had a good game. She had quite the game that night. She finished with I think 28 that night, and she was able to continue to get the Minnesota Lynx marching. I think she's going to be continuing to do that. And they played a hell of a game against Golden State. That game was a movie as well. Hell of a game, man, that she had, man. It's well needed.
What about you, Cave? What's your thoughts on him?
Yeah, man, just like Leaf said, man, against Golden State, and I watched Golden State. It's like, yo, they got some defense over there and stuff like that. For her to do that, like I said, 28 points on 8 of 11 shooting and stuff like that. I mean, we all seen her in college, like I said, at Notre Dame and TCU and stuff like that, man. But she's taking her game on a whole nother level in the WNBA as a rookie. Like I said, she's only going to get better from here. I mean, she picking a spot. She know what she can do. Man, it's like I said, it's amazing, man. Playing on a team when you got like an all-star, a future Hall of Famer on your team that's not even playing yet, and you playing this way, that's going to make it even that much easier for her when Nafisa gets back on the court. That's another thing. She's doing this with Nafisa not even on the court. So, of course, the spacing and all that type of stuff is okay. It's okay for right now. But when Nafisa gets back, she's going to get even more spacing to work with. She's going to be more of a problem and stuff like that, man. But the shooting, like I said, man, 8 of 11 is like, yo, you got to tip your hat off to her against one of the best defensive, if not the best defensive team in the league and stuff like that. So her confidence is only going to shoot up to the moon from here, man. So, hey, great job by Olivia Miles, man. Like I said, in the first of many records that she's doing already early in her career.
Mm-hmm.
Tip my hat off to Olivia Miles and stuff like that. So it's all good.
Just a quick update. I'm sitting here watching also the Dream versus the Sky right now. Commissioner Cup time right now. So end of the first quarter, it's 18-17 Dream over the Sky. Just a little quick update. But in terms of Olivia Miles, yeah, Leaf said it best. She's more of a downhill player,
right?
And she attacks the rim. But when she gets going with those 3-pointers, as you saw here, she can hit them. And, and for her to break Caitlin Clark's record, that speaks volumes to it. And look, I've been watching her. She's from Jersey. So I've been watching her since her high school days. So, it's nothing that I wasn't expecting from her game. So, but again, for her to get, the record shooting 3-pointers, that's just going to help expand her because now teams are going to have to come out and guard her there, and she's just going to blow right by you, and she'll collapse the paint, and either she'll take it all the way, and then she'll, she can dish the rock also, and she can get it to the other players. And like you guys said, when the Nafisa comes back, it's just going to make them that much more dangerous. So, but we're going to go ahead and move on to the next topic for discussion, and we're going to talk about Chelsea Gray, future Hall of Famer, in my opinion, Chelsea Gray. She set the all-time record for assists with the Aces. I can't find the article, and she actually broke her head coach's record because Becky Hammond had it for the Aces, and Chelsea Gray broke her record. So. Okay, what's your thoughts about the point guard breaking this record? Yeah.
Right now, I'm kind of surprised, watching her, of course, watching her at Duke and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I ain't never think it's going to be like this, man. She has more than held her own in the WNBA and stuff like that. She's changed her game. Like I said, at Duke, she was doing the same thing, but now, like I said, she's like a wizard with the ball and things like that. And to break Becky Hammond's record, the assists and stuff like that, man, it's kind of crazy. Like I said, your head coach. But the thing about her is like being on the Aces, when you're on a good team, man, a great team or whatever it is, man, it makes it that much easier and stuff like that, man. It's like, I'm just like, I'm still amazed at like the stuff she's been able to do in the WNBA because, like I said, I'm looking at her game and stuff like that, the way she moves on the court, and I ain't never think she was going, you know what I'm saying? Because I was like sometimes like, or something like that, the methodical or whatever, stuff like this. But she's like an old vet out there, crafty old vet out there, still doing her thing like that. And she still wows you with some of them passes that she makes, you know what I'm saying? Because she's been having some WNBA highlights and stuff like that. And I ain't saying she like the throwback point guard from, one of the best Sacramento Monarchs, you know what I'm saying? Tisha Penichero, you know what I'm saying? With some of them passes and stuff like that. But she's had some good passes and stuff like that, man. But yeah, man. Like I said, kudos to Chelsea Gray, man. Really like watching her play on the game, and stuff like that. She never speed up or nothing. She plays at her own pace. Nobody speeds her. She plays at her own pace, and she still gets the job done. So great job by Chelsea Gray, man.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Leef? What's your thoughts on Chelsea, the point guard?
It just adds to the legend of the point guard. I mean, she's been that for time and time again. She'll probably, by the time her career is all said and done, she'll probably be one of the best point guards in the history of women's basketball. What she's been able to do and how she's been able to read the floor. I mean, obviously, when you think of Sacramento Monarchs, Tisha Penatero, bro, I thought I was watching Steve Nash. The way she was doing, man, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I honestly thought I was watching Steve Nash, but I think Chelsea Gray is more. I think she's more Chris Paul than anything. I think she's more Chris Paul than anything. And as much as I don't like Chris Paul, I think Chelsea Gray has lived up to every bit of her moniker as the point guard, and this just adds to the legend of it, man. And she's going to continue to climb the assist ladder more and more. If I'm not mistaken, I think Sue Bird probably on the record, the totals record, but that's probably going to be hard to break because Sue Bird did like 20 years easy. So, but Chelsea Gray, she's definitely going to finish, if not one of the top point guards in the history of the league when it's all said and done. But this just adds to the legend of the point guard, man. So definitely salute to the point guard for real.
Man, I'm with you guys. With her ability, I mean, not just only in the WNBA, I watch her in the Unrivaled, and she is vicious when she plays in the Unrivaled. And then her 3-point shooting, which helps her, it helps her assist, her ability to with her assist, and the way she reads the floor. I mean, she anticipates. Now, you guys talked about some of the players that she's comparable to, but I'm going to say it, and you could say it's blasphemous, but she has a little magic in her, the way she plays that point guard. I mean, some of her no looks. Now, look, she plays with the best, probably the best ever to play in the WNBA in Aja Wilson. So it's easy to rack up your assists right there. But, and, with the talent that surrounds her, it helps her game even more. But yeah, she sees it. She sees the floor. She can shoot the rock. You can sit here and say she's slow, but you know what? I've seen her blow by some younger, quicker players. So you know what? She's crafty. She's a vet, and she has it all together. So respect to her, well deserved, and like I said initially, future Hall of Famer. So kudos to her in reference to that. And you know what? Shout out to you. Gotta give her a little applause there. So another player from that team who I just talked about it, right? She continues to expand and grow her game. And Aja Wilson becomes the fastest to reach 6,000 points. I mean, you think about that. Yesterday, she went 6,004 points. I mean, it's just a matter of time. I'm sorry. I didn't think anybody was going to come close to Diana Taurasi, but she's not going to need 20 years to reach it. She's not. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, can she get it in the next 3 years, 4 years? Can she pass that 10,000 mark? I mean, you know what? I'm gonna turn it over to my brothers. Cave, go ahead. What's your thoughts?
Hey, like you said, you just name us a name: Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, Cynthia Cooper. All these names, like Aja Wilson, probably gonna go down as the greatest WNBA player, man. Like I said, a 4-time All-Star, MVP and stuff like that. Was a 3-time WNBA champion, and another one, some more hardware before her playing days are over and stuff like that, man. I mean, she's building this legacy. She's doing it right. You know what I'm saying? She's on a great team, you know what I'm saying, which she was a homegrown pick and stuff like that. So she's been with them forever and a day, man. And hey, like you said, Diana Taurasi, when you could beat Diana Taurasi the fastest to 6,000 points, you're doing something. Because Diana Taurasi was that girl. She was that. When it came to scoring, it's like, yo, you know, she was booking for 20 or 30 points every night in the game. You already knew it. A'ja Wilson is the same thing. Like I said, she's a double machine and stuff like that. But hey, and Becky Hammonds as a coach, and look at the talent she got around her. It makes it that much easier. You know what I'm saying, make it that much easier, man. She has a system in place, like I said, man. 6,000 points, man. And guess what? That's just another feather in her cap. She's doing so much and stuff like that. It's like she's getting all these records along the way and stuff like that. Kudos and tip my hat off to A'ja Wilson. To me, gonna be the greatest WNBA player of all times. Man.
Go ahead, Leef. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's it exactly. It just adds to the legend of what we believe to be the greatest WNBA player ever right now. I mean, it's no disrespect to the Diana Taurasi's, and everybody that's came before her, but the trajectory that she's on, and I think Breonna Stewart is still in front of her. I think she should at like 6,231. I think that's probably going to be a race, but the thing that she has over Breonna Stewart is youth. She has a lot more years left in the tank than Stewie. I think Stewie is still on top of her game and being at 31 years old. But A'ja is just so much ahead of everybody else right now in the W, and I don't think it's gonna slow down really anytime soon. I can't even tell you who's gonna be next up. Like, we so locked in on A'ja. We looking at the pages, we looking at the injuries, so we looking at Juju. We looking at so many, and A'ja, I think she is surpassing what Maya Moore was supposed to surpass. I can honestly say that because I think we all know Maya Moore was on a trajectory. Had she not left the game early, Maya Moore would probably be sitting with A'ja Wilson is sitting right now. A'ja Wilson, in terms of her individual dominance and her team dominance, we may be looking at one of the best peaks in the best careers in WNBA history, if not the best. I mean, I'm thinking we talked about Stewie and what she was able to do. We talked about the Diana Taurasi's and Sue Birds and all of that, but A'ja is so much ahead of everybody else right now, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon. She'll get to that 10,000 in no time.
You know why?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kate.
Injuries. She don't be injured. She don't get injured a lot, and that's the only thing that slows people down from records is injuries throughout their careers. She has been like injury free, kind of like, you know, say she rarely gets hurt, and if she gets hurt, she's not missing too many games that I can remember of.
The ball nowhere. We talked about them to start, man.
Wings is on point, man. I need to get some tickets. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, you're not that far, right?
Yeah, I'm 4 hours out, man. I need to get some tickets. Okay. Dallas is a little bit crowded, man, but I'm used to crowds, man. I get some tickets.
Yeah. Well, I started off, A'ja. I mean, what more can I say? There's nothing more and not much more anybody can say. I mean, she just continues to just dominate whenever she's out there, and it's amazing. So, what's she saying? I went to the Wings Liberty game a few weeks ago. AZ 24 ball. Yeah, she heard us. She kicked our tails. Yeah. She definitely kicked our tails that day. So, with A'ja, man, there's not much more anyone can say. Is just sit back and enjoy it while you can. That's really what it boils down to. Just sit back and enjoy it while you can. So, right. But the next topic that we're going to talk about, the New York Liberty on a 5-game winning streak. So the question I have is a twofold. First, have they begun to turn it around? And then, of course, when do we think Sabrina will be back? So, Leef, I'm going to start with you. Have they begun to turn it around? And what's your thoughts about Sab in her return?
Well, Sabrina, I don't really have too much of the timetable with Sabrina coming back, but as far as us turning it around, and as far as us, I think we're hitting the stride, or we're starting to hit the stride that I think all three of us agreed that we were going to hit, probably around game 10 or game 11 or around that 15 game mark. I think that we done had some games where we was looking a little bit questionable, man. I mean, y'all seen it the other night. We was playing against Indiana, and it was a lot of question. It looked like we was trying to get in a shootout with them. My thing was once we started locking in the second half and getting some stops and started attacking on Caitlin Clark, that's when the game changed. Stewie is starting to hit her stride, and I think JJ is starting to come along with it. And we all agree that JJ is the X factor for us going forward. Johannes, I think, is still shooting the lights out of the basketball. Ostier is holding it down as much as she can. I think we may need another guard to finish this puzzle and finish the puzzle for this year. Cave, you talked about our bench and the Phoebish and everybody else and everybody, all our reserves. I think they're starting to play. They're starting to come along. Han, I like Han, man. Like she's been coming off the bench and giving us some real PT.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, I like Han and obviously, man, we definitely gonna need Sabrina back if we want to finish off the pieces to this puzzle. But Coach, I like what we doing. I like what we doing, man. JJ, she came out the what was it, a couple of games ago. She had that 22-17 game. And we had a bit of a scare against Indiana, Connecticut, but we was able to pull those games out. I think we're just starting to hit the stride, gentlemen. I think we are hitting the stride that we all predicted that we were going to hit. Yeah, I honestly do.
Okay, what's your take on this? Have we begun to turn it around? And your thoughts on when Sab will be back?
Okay, yeah. As far as a turning around, I think we are starting to turn it around, but I'm going to hold off on that until I see our defense improve. That's one of the things is our defense, and then also depending on like who we play. If we start playing like Vegas, Minnesota, the top teams and stuff like that, and then we'll see. We'll get a feel of it and stuff like that. When you start playing against Minnesota, Vegas, Atlanta, what's the other one? Dallas and stuff like that. One of the teams we'll see, because like I said, some of these wins against like Connecticut and stuff like that is cool. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm always going against the top teams. And like I said, defense is the number one thing. If we could turn that defense around and feel much better with the defense when we play these top teams, then I'll be like, okay, I think we're starting to turn around and stuff like that. But like what Leef said, like everybody's starting to pick up their game. Ostier is holding down the fort. Johannes and Phoebish, and that was the other thing. Phoebish was like out of the country now. She's back and stuff. So yeah, we getting acclimated and stuff like that. So everything is looking good, man. So, but like I said, I want to see against the top teams. I hold my judgment on that. But as far as everything else, I'm cool with everything else. And with Sabrina, yeah, man, she'll be an added bonus back to us. I can't wait for her to get back and stuff like that. But then we have to do a little adjustment period with her too because of the injury. So, which is good. But like I said, it's early in the season. It's only like 11 games or something like that. So I'm good. I'd rather her come back now than come back towards the end of the season, towards the playoff, and it's like and that'll throw us off a little bit. But yeah. I'm good, man.
Okay, I'm going to play a little clip. One second. Let me pause this. And I'm going to bring something up. And let me stop sharing this. And where is it? Here we go. And it's Stewie. And I just want everyone to just listen to what she has to say. All right, here we go.
You got bad last night, bro. And I feel like just any athlete out there knows
Miles Turner.
a lot of people going around you. So talk about that moment. Talk about what's going through your head and just how it's an advantage for you.
Like as a player, you have these moments where you get mad and you just can't like hold it in anymore. And I basically got to that moment. We were down 12, like halfway through the third. And I was kind of like, well, what the f- are we doing? Like we're just like playing around with this team. And like Indiana is obviously a good and very talented team. But like we weren't putting ourselves in the best positions to be successful. And that's what was most frustrating to me is like, you know, we talk about the things that we want to do. We need to know where we want to get the ball. We want to know the matchups that we want to pick on. And there was like a level of emphasis and focus that wasn't happening. Obviously we wanting to win this game, but we want to finish this homestand strong. You know, we already lost 3 home games in a row, and like home court advantage is a big thing. We talked about it with the NBA finals and things like that. And it's like, you know, when we're playing these tough teams, when we're playing them at home, like we have to win. These are like almost must-win games, especially early on. As a leader, you have to pop off a little bit, and that's what happened last night. Just to kind of get everybody to, not to say we weren't keeping the main thing, but like there was another level that we weren't at and we needed to get to.
So there you have it. I mean, that in itself speaks volumes to part of the reason why this team is starting to turn it around. You know, Stewie's, you know, look, she's stepping in everybody's ass. Yo, we gotta stop playing around.
Right.
And you're starting to see it. Even yesterday, a little bit of Satu. Satu started to, you know, is starting to get comfortable. And, you know, some of it is her conditioning. We understand that. But you're starting to see her versatility and what she can do as a 3-level player. So, and I'm with you guys. Yes, this team is starting to turn it around. You know, and that, oops, sorry, wrong one. What's the next topic? So yes, they're starting to turn it around, and, you know, 5 in a row is an early indication, you know. So, you know, are they going to have moments throughout? Yes, but do I expect them to continue to push towards the top? Yes. And, you know, and going back to what I asked about Sabrina, because right now it's her back. And that's the tricky thing. When you have back issues, yes, they've said she's questionable, but then they keep her out, you know. And they said during the broadcast yesterday when I was watching it, they said they left her home to play 5-on-5 with the other guys who were there back home, the fill-in. So, all right, that's a good thing. So, you know, they're not going to go too physical, but, you know, they're gonna push it a little bit. So, bless you. So I'm definitely hoping that when she comes back and she gets acclimated, this team continues to get better and better and better. Because Sabs, her 3-point shooting, her facilitation is just going to make everybody that much better. And when everybody else is playing, because Phoebus is starting to, you know, she's been struggling a little bit offensively, but, you know, once she gets going, you see Benaj is already out there doing her thing. Like I said, I mean, this team has good depth along with good starters. And I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm looking at it, I'm like, Satu is coming off the bench. She's not even starting.
Right.
So that's telling me she, you know, her minutes restriction, you know, is probably being up, but she's also, you know, not in the best of shape. And then, you know, she's not in the shape that she is always played with in her game. So, and you know what? It's starting, yes. And when they hit it, you know, they're gonna be up there with the rest of them, with the Minnesotas, the Aces, the Atlanta, those teams like that. So, and, you know, hopefully Sabrina is close to coming back. I'm just hoping that she is. So, we're gonna move on to the next subject right now, and we're gonna talk about the Commissioner's Cup. We got 2 big matchups too, in terms of games. You have the Liberty and the Dream. They're playing Thursday.
Right.
So more than likely, I don't think I have anything, so I'm probably going to stream that game. So Cave, I know you won't be there. I'll talk to Leef, see what his schedule's like. And Saturday, the Aces and the Lynx. Unfortunately, I won't be streaming that one. we kind of figure out why. But both of those games could be for first place in their respective conferences. So give me your thoughts. Leef, I'm gonna start with you. What's your thoughts on these games?
What was the games again? The games tonight?
The Liberty and the Dream on Thursday. This is Commissioner's Cup. And then the Aces and the Link on Saturday.
Oh man, the our game against the Dream. That's a tricky one because I think
and it's in Atlanta. I'm sorry, I forgot to say it's down.
Yeah, I figured it was. That Atlanta game is a tricky one because we done I think we got the favorable matchup in the front court. However, I gotta see how we play, how we're able to play, and how we're able to keep Angel Reese off the boards, of course, and how we able to play and pick our offense up and play with a lot of pace. Because Atlanta, they are on a they also 7-3. They are another team that's on a good tear right now. But I think that's gonna be an interesting game. And for the other game, what was the other game again? That was
the Lynx and the Aces on Saturday.
Lynx and the Aces. Okay, yeah, the Lynx and the Aces. That ought to be a that ought to be a dandy because any game that you play, I notice teams that play the Aces, they bring their A game like at all time. I mean, and that's kind of expected because they the champs. You know what I'm saying? You play kind of your best basketball against the champs because you want to show that you're not going to just roll over or you just going to throw in the white flag or anything. So that ought to be a game. That's going to be a good test for Minnesota because the Aces, I think the Aces is kind of cruising right now. They kind of in that mode where we like, all right, we don't need to finish top 4, top 5, man. We could be anywhere from 1 through 8. And we could run through the playoffs, and I think the Aces have picked up that mentality. Minnesota, however, this is a game that gives them confidence, a lot of extreme confidence if they can win. If the Aces could basically win, then that's gonna just put Minnesota at kind of it's gonna have them thinking, well, maybe I don't think maybe we are ready for the champs. Maybe we're not ready for Asia Wilson, but that's gonna be interesting to see because hey, Cave, as you know, man, you bring your best basketball against the champs.
Yes, you do.
So I mean, well, that's gonna be interesting to see. But our game, that's a little bit tricky. I gotta see more. I'm looking at Atlanta right now, but I gotta see more and do more scouting on it.
Go ahead, Cave.
Hey, like I said, what I said in the last segment about us playing against the top teams, man, like, the Dream, the Aces, the Lynx, and stuff like that. So, hey, this is one right now for the Commissioner's Cup and stuff like that. Great matchup, man. We're going to have Ryan Howard, Angel Reese, and all WNBA player Alicia Gray. That's going to be a nice matchup, just to see where we at, And like I said, 2 top teams battling. Like I said, they'll have problems with Brianna Stewart. We'll see how JJ comes out and plays. Satu Sabli, like I said, she's getting her stuff together and stuff like that. So this is a great matchup and things like that. I think it's going to be a great, great game. I know it's going to be one of the most watched games here in Atlanta and stuff like that because, the Dream is doing, they one of the top teams, man. So, hey, they got a lot of following and stuff like that. So that should be great. But that Lynx and that Aces game, man, oh, man, that's going to be a barn burner because Olivia Miles, like I said, is going to go up against a great Aces team with Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray. I don't know if Jewel Lloyd is still out, but, Young and also Kennedy Carter. That'll be a great matchup. Kennedy Carter, Olivia Miles, and stuff like that. And like I said, with Olivia Miles with the Lynx, even if they don't get the win, they still, this will be like a measuring stick to see where they at without Nafisa Kaya. Because when Nafisa comes back, she will put them right there. Because Nafisa is an MVP caliber player and stuff like that. So, yeah, man, this is a great learning experience for Olivia Miles. She's going to go up against the champs and stuff like that. So I can't wait to see that matchup and stuff like that. So, hey, that's going to be some great games for this Commissioner Cup, man. And like I said, Now, like we said, this season, hey, the WNBA is on the rise, man. All their games are good. It's like no down games. Every game has an intriguing matchups and what people want to see, you know. And like I said, Olivia Miles against the champs. I want to see that.
Just a quick update. Chicago is up on Atlanta right now, 42-39 at the half. So, but again, you know, speaking of that, it's going to be tough for New York. You know, playing down in Atlanta's going to, and you know, I don't want to say they're trying to cruise with Chicago, but I do think part of that is they're thinking ahead. They're looking ahead in a sense.
You're right.
And yes, there's going to be the matchups. You know, you talked about it. You know, the front court. You know, hopefully JJ can come back and help. You know, in terms of Angel Reese, because that is going to be a tough matchup. You know, Stewie can handle it, but Angel is very physical. So, and sometimes we know that, you know, if you can get physical with Stewie, you know, you can get her. You can get her with physicality. But the way New York has been playing right now, like I said, the past 5 games, you know, they're starting to get into a rhythm. You know, you talked about the backcourt. Which Maureen Johannes are we going to get? That's really what it boils down to me. Astia is, you know, she's a rookie, but, you know, she still attacks it and she still is learning, but, you know, she still has some game. And then our bench, you know, what are we going to get from our bench? You know, Satu coming off the bench, I think will help. But Naja, you talked about Han, you know, and her length, you know, and the way she's playing, her 3-point ability. So, you know, yeah, and she's getting a little physical at times. You know, she's not backing down from anyone. So definitely agree with you. The dream, you know, anytime you have Angel Reese, Ryan Howard over there, I mean, they got some ballers. You can't just sleep on them. You know, so Nas is a very good player over there. So yeah, they're going to be a tough out. Now, in terms of Commissioner's Cup, so this is what it's about, bless you. New York is 3-0, while Atlanta right now is 2-1. And this game against Chicago is going to be critical for Atlanta because they can't go down 2, you know, and you know, basically be a game behind New York in terms of the Commissioner's Cup, you know, in that regard. So we'll see. I mean, it's the middle in terms of Commissioner's Cup because New York still has 2 games after that, but it's going to be a test. And then the Aces and Lynx, man, what more can I say? The Aces, I want to see how I wonder how they're going to defend Olivia Miles because that's going to be key. But you talked about it earlier, Natasha Howard. I mean, she's that X factor. And then the 2 head coaches. I mean, you know me, I'm always going to talk about the coaches. They both can get into their bags and they can get at it. So, and both teams are stacked, both of them. It doesn't matter, you know. Williams along with Miles in that backcourt. You know, it does. They can attack in Las Vegas. They really can. So, it's going to be interesting. But you know, and who's going to stop Aja? Really, you know, 1-on-1 with the Minnesota. So again, how do you defend each? So that's going to be key, and that could go. Dare I say this could be an early test to what we see somewhere along the lines in the playoffs. You know, so but you know, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting as we go forward. You know, with the Commissioner's Cup. So, and you know, again, you know, I do think they're both going to be for first place no matter what. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. And we're going to get into right now. This is via the WNBA's website. So let me just pull that up real quick. Sorry about me dropping up I had a little search for something with my internet. So, but
that's good. That's cool.
All right. So here we have it. This was posted yesterday, written by Brian Martin. So, and you know, they're going to be talking about in terms of Commissioner's Cup, but it's also the regular power ranking. So of course we see who's number one. And Minnesota is 3-0 plus 57, because don't forget point differential is included.
Right.
As a quick reminder, it runs from the 1st to the 7th, and all games during that time count towards the regular season. And the team from each conference will compete. Where's the scoring? I thought they had the scoring in here. They didn't have that. Okay. But again, Minnesota's number one. Atlanta is number two. They're 2-1 with a plus 36 in terms of their Commissioner Cup. So, and then right here, it talks about who they have to play. Matter of fact, Minnesota takes on Dallas and Vegas. So they're taking on two of the top teams out west. And Atlanta, well, they're at Chicago today. And then they have New York and then Toronto. They fly out to Toronto. So it's going to be tough for them. Number 3 is Dallas. They're 7-3 overall, 2-0 in the Commissioner's Cup. So that's why today's game against they play Minnesota. Sorry, that's why today's game is going to be critical, and they're plus 31. In terms of their point differential, you have the Aces, 7-3 overall, 2-0 in the Commissioner's Cup, and let me see. Wait a minute. Dallas, I'm sorry, has Minnesota, Phoenix, and Portland. And then the Aces had Seattle yesterday, and then they have at Portland and then Minnesota. And those two games at Portland is not an easy one. So I'm not even going to sleep on Portland.
Definitely not, man. Definitely not. Yeah. Portland is a hell of a team.
New York, again, that's why I said earlier, this could be a play for the number 1 overall seed in the East. Is at 2-0 plus 23. Then no, it should be 3-0 now. Get a 3-0. And they're 8-4 overall. So yeah, they have Connecticut third, and then yesterday, which they took care of closely, but they took care of Atlanta and then Washington. So there you have it. There in the top 5. You have Golden State 6-5 overall. They're 1-2 in the cup play, and they're plus 10. So, and then they have Phoenix today, and then they're at Seattle on Friday. Indiana is coming in at 7, 5-5 overall, 1-1 in cup play, plus 4. And then they had Washington yesterday, so this is 2-1 now. And then they're host Chicago, and then at Connecticut on Saturday. Followed by Toronto, which is 6-5. They're 1-1 plus 2. Tomorrow they host Connecticut. Friday they're at Washington, and then Sunday at Atlanta. So it's going to be tough there for them. Coming in at 9, Washington 5-6 overall, 1-2 in the cup play, -1. They're at Seattle, at Phoenix, so they're on the road this week. So Seattle might be something, but it's going to be a battle for them. Then you have Portland. They're 6-7 overall, 0-3 in the Commissioner's Cup. I did not know that. And they're -41?
Damn.
Wow. What's happening? Wait a minute. Let's see what.
Didn't what's called the Dream just beat them or something like that?
Wait a minute. The Fire had won 4 of the last 5 games as they entered their first Commissioner's Cup last week. However, they were unable to carry the momentum into victories as they dropped their first 3 Cups contests to Golden State, Phoenix, and LA. And it doesn't get easier with Vegas and Dallas. Woo!
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they had a bit of a skid in those 3 games. I think Golden State, they were just outmatched. I think that was just a bad matchup for them because Golden State just got better athletes. Phoenix, they couldn't really do nothing about Alyssa Thomas. I was looking at that game.
Yeah, you're right. I remember that. Yeah,
they couldn't really do anything about Alyssa Thomas. Alyssa Thomas likes to get downhill. She's physical. Not to say that they ain't physical, but I don't think they physical enough. The LA game, that might have been a blunder, because LA probably just got hot. If I had to remember that game, but they had some games where they didn't really have the favorable matchup. So
here we go. Washington, they're at 11. They're actually 4-6 because they just lost yesterday. 1-2 in the cup play. and that's probably they lost by 2, so it should be minus 16. So then you have Phoenix 4-8 overall, 2-1 in commissioners play, but they're think about that minus 24 and you're 2-1. You got blown out.
Right.
Yeah, they got the floor mop with them, man. They just got outclassed in every which way, man. That was just a bad game. That they had a bad matchup, man. Just wasn't good at all.
And they got Golden State. They're at Golden State, at Dallas, and then they host the Sparks. So next is Chicago. They're 4-7, 1-2, minus 30. They're hosting Atlanta, and then they're at Indiana. Seattle 3-9. No, they lost yesterday, so they should be 3-10, 0-4, and minus 47, if not more. Yeah. And then of course Connecticut 2-10, 0-2, minus 21, which they lost to New York yesterday, at Toronto, and at Indiana. So host Indiana. So any surprises to you guys outside of Portland? Because I think we all were surprised with Portland.
Yeah.
I would say surprises. I would probably say Golden State. I didn't really expect them to be
at 6,
1-2 in the cup. I think they got in a battle against Minnesota. That was a damn good game. But they wasn't able to get that win. That came down to the wire. It's a lot of games where they were in, and I just felt like I think we had these conversations before. They just need somebody to close. I think they have their identity in terms of defense. They just need somebody to close these games out, especially when they get down to the wire when against teams like Minnesota or Dallas. They just need somebody to close those games out for them, man. And I don't think they have somebody right now. I mean, I think Burton is amazing. The aces they lost to again. I think Burton is amazing. I think Gabby is amazing. I think our girl Kayla is good on nights when she can be, but I think they just need somebody to close for them. If they could get a legitimate closer, I think they'll be right where they need to be. I think defensively and in terms of scheme, I think they have it. They just need somebody at the end.
Yeah,
so I think they. I was expecting them to be maybe a spot higher, maybe a spot or two higher, but the teams that's in front of them, they found their stride. So
you hit it. I mean, they just don't have that closer. Because look, I mean, to the Lynx, they lost by 3, and then to the Aces by 5. So that speaks to they are a good team. It's just that, like you said, they don't have that closer to really help them out, especially in those closing moments. So, but yeah, New York at 5, Vegas. Could you argue Vegas? Well, no, the point differential, plus 31 and plus 15. So that's, so, and then Atlanta's plus 36 over New York's plus 23. So I think, is it point differential first or head to head? I thought it was head to head.
Thing is, I think it's point differential makes a big thing, though.
I think it is point differential, yeah.
First over head to head.
It was something we was talking about the other night when Indiana was fouling at the end, and they was trying to
right.
Yeah. I was saying, isn't it head to head first? Because they haven't played each other. Because Atlanta's 2-1, so it's not the overall record in cup play. It's the head to head and then point differential, I think. So, we'll see. I mean, when they play each other on this weekend. I mean, on Thursday. So, but I mean, that's pretty much it that I have. Do you guys have anything else that you want to add to today's show?
Oh, one more thing. Angel Reese, the most double-doubles in her first 2 WNBA seasons. She has 49. She passes Tina Charles at 45. And who was it at 32? A great player, too, at 32. I forgot who it was, but she has the most double-doubles in the first 2 WNBA seasons.
Yeah, I think in terms of that span, I think it's if it's a 75 game span, She was one away from Blake Griffin's record in the NBA.
Wow.
So, in terms of so Blake, I think in his first 2 years was on that. I think he had maybe one more in the 75 game span than she had in her 75 game span. So she was one off from Blake. And we talking about Lob City Blake, man, that was dunking on left and right and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's a hell of a master. Also, I wanted to add shout out to Stewie, 1,000 rebounds. As y'all posted as well. Shout out to her. Definitely another milestone in what I believe is the one of the greats in the league, and probably one of the greats in all of women's basketball. Just on any level. I mean, we all I've been telling people that her resume is on a collegiate level is similar to that of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So with like I think 4 years, 4 national titles, 4 player of the years, or something like that. I think Kareem might have. I think what did Kareem do? Kareem did what 3 titles in 4 years.
3 times. He 3 and 3 because I don't think they played freshmen back then.
Right, they didn't. Yeah.
So and they both have won at every level.
Wait, hold on, wait. Time out. Kareem didn't play as a freshman.
I don't believe.
Back in the day, they only played 3 years because redshirt. They redshirted freshman year.
No, there's no redshirt. No, they just didn't play freshman. That you only the freshman.
So that was like a rule back then, or like
it was a rule back then. They didn't play. So they only played in 3 seasons.
So basically, Stewie got the edge in terms of just the Okay, got you. Because if they redshirted Kareem, that means they redshirted Bill Walton too.
Yeah, all of them played in the 60s.
Damn.
No, Kareem did play 4. No, he played.
Is it Kareem?
No, he played 4. He played 4 years, like I thought. But he played 3 years of varsity basketball. They played what it is. You played freshman. You played freshman year, JV, one of the two, whatever they called it.
Right. It doesn't count. It doesn't count. Only the varsity years count.
Damn.
Yeah, the first year players were not permitted to play on the varsity squad. So yeah. So
it's almost like a red shirt.
Yeah. And they took the Duncan rule out too, man. Kareem was that dominant.
Yes.
That's why he went to the hook.
Yeah, that's exactly how he developed. He told a story about how he developed the hook. But definitely shout out to Stewie for the 1,000 rebounds in her WNBA career as well.
Eastern Conference Player of the Year. Player of the month of the week. I'm sorry, the week.
Yeah. But in that interview, she told it like a TI is. Man, like what the hell are we doing? Like, yo, we know we doing or not, man. We attacking or not.
Why we playing with our food?
Yeah, like why are we playing with this sandwich? Like, and coach, you done had your Jim Brown moment. Like, yo, what the hell is going on out here?
Exactly. So
you know what I'm saying? So I mean, look, and I understand them, man. And I think we was all looking for the gumption in that huddle and in the sideline, and I think we found it with the absence of Coach Sandy, with the absence of Sabrina. I think we found it. And that's obviously it should be who it is, and that's Stewie. And definitely, man, you see JJ, it's got to be rubbing off on JJ, man, because she came out 22-17 one of the games, and then away we went. You know what I'm saying? But definitely shout out to us, man. I got us. I think we finally hit our stride, gentlemen.
Okay.
I think we finally hit our stride. Yes, for sure.
All right, so we just hang out a couple of minutes, but once we get off the show, I just got to talk to you real quick. So, but just again, we're about ready to get out of here. But again, thanks to everyone. But here again, got the poll up. I know it's only showing 4, but again, here's the 5. Oops, why is it? Let me hit odd. Okay, but here it is. Ask everybody to vote on it. You know, put it in the comments even after we're off. Put it on there. You know, this is because we have to change the show name. You know, so and these are some of the ones that, we talked about. And, here it is, Beyond the Arc WNBA edition, Diamonds of the Court, Coast to Coast WNBA Courts in Session, and WNBA Lace 'em Up. So, throw your vote in there. Let us know what you think. We appreciate everybody's assistance. And we're going to get ready to get out of here. Leef, what you got going on the rest of this week before we get out of here?
Just more WNBA action, more collabs, man. Shout out to everybody at the ABSN. Shout out to everybody at Hardcore Sports. I'm trying to do as many collabs with these games as possible, man. Because obviously everybody knows I'm stealing YouTube TV. For I got my 21 days free, and I'm about to use another account to get another 21 days. And
why you giving away the goods, man?
You say, yo, you say, yo.
We on YouTube and you talking about it.
I'm letting them know. I'm letting them know what time it is, man. I'm not giving them no money. I'm letting them know I ain't the least bit shy about it, man. Like, yo, y'all gonna give it up. Y'all gonna give it up, man. But definitely shout out to everybody. I will be doing an NFL schedule breakdown collab, and I'll try to get those videos on Leef is the League, man. Try to get some more episodes up, as many as possible. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to roll, man. I'm ready for the NFL season to get started. Obviously the WNBA season is well underway, man, and I'm looking for the liberty to do big things as we all are, and ready to rock and roll, man.
All right. And what about you, Kate?
Okay, this week I'm gonna be doing nothing really, because like I said, I'll be traveling, up north for the weekend and stuff. So if I get back next weekend, then I'll be back in the swing of things and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. And tomorrow I got Pick and Roll podcast with the crew. We just did a commercial, just released it, so check it out on Twitter. I got it listed there. Also, me and NYG, we're going to be actually streaming the Knicks game tomorrow. So we're not doing Heart of the City. We're doing the game tomorrow. Like I said, Thursday, more than likely I'm going to stream the Liberty game. And then Saturday, I have with my man Philly Halftime, another halftime coaching adjustment show on Saturday. So busy week for me as always. So I'm looking to do more and grow more. Might even bring back an old show I used to do. So an old show that I used to do. So still working out to find the details. So but there you have it. So appreciate everyone for being here. Thanks to everybody who tapped in the chat. Make sure you guys vote on the name. We're going to leave it here for this week. Hopefully we'll have the new name by the next show. So, but with that being said, we're going to get out of here. Everyone be safe. Have a good one and enjoy all the WNBA games. Let's go Liberty. Peace.
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 Yo, welcome to the man cave. Real legends, WNBA news. We about to ring the bell. Leef Diggy, Coach Edd, we got the scoop. On and off the court, watch the power move. Yeah. From the hardwood glory to the locker room chats. We cover it all, ain't no need for no stats. Whoa. Sipping on knowledge, pouring out the truth. Supporting the queens who brings the fire, that's the proof. So sit back, turn it up, let the stories unfold. Yeah, WNBA, we bring the heat, the future's bold. In the man cave where the legends collide. Leef Diggy and Coach Edd got that East Coast pride. What? WNBA vibes, we breaking it down. From the game to the grind, let's wear that crown. Yeah. Stay tuned in, we keeping it real. The stories of strength and the heart that you feel. Dishing out knowledge like assists we aim. In the man cave where we elevating the game. Okay. So grab your seat, let the action ignite. Yeah. WNBA, we bring it to light. Keep it tight.